Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Monday, July 7th, 2025. So, just a scant 2 weeks before AirVenture.
Yes.
Did you do the crossword?
I did.
And did it make you feel like you were uplifted?
It sent me soaring.
Ooh, nice one.
Well, not really, no. It was a pretty typical Monday.
Oh, darn.
I like
Down
that
to
line.
earth again. Okay.
I like that line, so.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a good Monday.
Yes.
Had a fun theme that wasn't too tough, although this puzzle had a lot of very long answers for a Monday puzzle. You know, we had several that went the length of the puzzle.
That's true.
So that made it a little bit more of a challenge, but nothing too overwhelmingly hard.
Mm-hmm.
There were 3 themed clues, and they were the longest clues in the puzzle. The first one was 17 across, which was player facing the leadoff batter, and that was starting pitcher. And then we had 27 across. One might read fast car, all in capital letters, and that was vanity plate. And then we had long-running student quiz show, and that was college bowl, which I didn't know was still on. And then finally, the revealer was not yet decided, or an artful description of the last words in the themed clues, and that was still on the table.
Yes.
Pitcher, plate, and bowl, the last words in each of the themed clues, still on the table.
Yep.
Made a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I was thinking about 17 across, the player facing the leadoff batter.
Yep.
Has there ever been a case where it wasn't the starting pitcher? Like they got ready to throw the first ball, keeled over, and then they had to bring in a replacement?
I doubt it.
I would like to know. I wonder if we have any baseball statisticians among our audience.
I don't know. Maybe.
If so, if you can think of some weird game in which the starting pitcher keeled over and someone else came in to replace him before they'd thrown the very first pitch, let us know. Crosswordpodcast at iCloud.com.
That would be interesting to know.
Yes. I, for one across, highly successful on Broadway, and the answer was Boffo.
Yes.
Was that your first answer?
No, I had no idea.
Really? I immediately went for Smash.
Oh, okay.
But didn't work at all.
Right.
Because I was trying to come up with, let's see, blank, he's a jolly good fellow. And I didn't think that ever started with an S.
No.
It was definitely 4, he's a jolly good fellow.
That's
That pretty much
4 down.
Yeah. Identified my first foray as incorrect.
No, the correct answer to one across was a Boffo.
Yep.
Boffo.
I noticed we had a lot of musical references in this crossword.
That is true.
Starting with 14 across blank Copeland, the so-called Dean of American Composers was Aaron.
That's correct, yes.
And then we had 26 down, River of Hades was Styx. Did you know, I just happened to be looking at Apple Music, and there's a new album out by Styx.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was called Circling from Above.
Wow.
It's just like, I had no idea they were still in business.
I didn't know that either. I always liked Styx.
Well, they've been doing bands since forever.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. We had 30 down. That was singer Clark with the 1965 #1 hit Downtown. That was Petula.
Petula Clark. I remember her.
Yeah, I think they've I'm thinking about the demographics that they had in mind when they were writing these clues. And
we had 28 down. Singer Tori Amos.
Right.
She's been at the crossword before.
We had 34 down. Flamenco guitarist Blank de Lucia was Paco.
Paco, yes.
Apparently the king of the flamenco, or the flamingo?
Flamingo, yes.
I guess that's what they were king of. Yeah, lots of musical answers there.
That's right.
And I did like that 27 across, that vanity. One might read fast car vanity plate. I thought that was a good clue.
Yes.
10 down, that was philosopher John, who wrote 2 treatises of government, was Locke.
That's correct.
Locke.
Yep.
Did you get Locke right away?
I did. I remembered that. But 11 down, heavens, ether.
Yep.
I did not get that connection. But...
Yeah, sometimes they refer to sort of everything outside the atmosphere as the ether.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I think that's where Ethernet came from.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever read two treatises of government, getting back to 10 down?
I believe I had to read part of it.
Really?
For a history class once, yes. Mm-hmm.
I probably had to read the Cliff Notes version. Or desperately needed to.
Mm-hmm.
47 down was three-legged support. What'd you put down?
Easel.
Oh. Not stool?
No.
I put down stool.
Well.
It was wrong. And
stools have 4 legs.
That's true, I guess. I was envisioning a three-legged one. I also thought a tripod would work well, but it didn't fit.
Right.
My problem was with 52 across, a sneeze sound. With my stool in place, it had to be ta-choo. I don't know if you've ever heard of someone sneezing and saying ta-choo.
No.
Probably achoo is more likely.
Yes.
And let's see, 43 down. Okay, that's enough out of me, sorry. And it was, I'll stop.
Yes.
I wanted to be, I'll shut up.
Oh.
But I decided, actually you shouldn't probably be rude to yourself when you're discussing things out loud like that.
Probably not. 46 down was a blast from the past, Kaplan of Welcome Back, Kotter.
Yes.
I remember that show. I think I was in junior high.
I went for Gene. Because I had it starting with a G and I had it ending with an E.
No.
And I thought, it's Gene.
It was Gabe.
It was Gabe. Yes.
Kaplan. And that was the show where John Travolta was first. That was his first big break.
Really?
Yeah, he played a high school student. So, but yeah.
I wonder if he can still do that. Probably not.
No, I think he's probably a little past that.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, this crossword was by Daniel Raymond. He's done a total of 39, 21 of which were variety crosswords. And he's been doing this since 2007.
Wow. Well, nicely done, Daniel.
Yes. I think that is it for today. So thanks, everyone, for listening.
Yep.
Remember, we love feedback. Crosswordpodcast at iCloud.com. And we'll be back again with our cutting-edge analysis of tomorrow's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.